6 candidates have been approved to run in Iran's presidential election later this month. The election is scheduled for June 28th. The candidates include the country's current Speaker of Parliament, a former Interior Minister, a former chief nuclear negotiator, and the current mayor of Tehran. This election follows the death of President Ebrahim Raisi in a helicopter crash last month. CBS News foreign correspondent Imtiaz Tyab is in London following this for us. Imtiaz, what do we know about the candidates?
Hey, good to be with you. Okay, so they are quite an eclectic group of people. As you mentioned, we have Mohammad Bagher Ghalib, who's the parliamentary speaker, former mayor of Tehran. You have Saeed Jalili, who is a former chief nuclear negotiator. You have Ali Reza Zaghani, who's the mayor of Tehran, and a former interior minister. You have another who was, head of what's known as the Foundation of Martyrs. So again, from a very wide and broad cross-section of Iranian life. But Ghalib and Jalili, who really are the ones who stand out as the immediate frontrunners. Both are conservatives, although Ghalib is seen as more relatively moderate, while Jalili is considered more of a hardliner. Jalili ticks a lot of boxes when looking at a potential winner, at least when it comes to support from the establishment. He has strong ties with Khamenei, who's of course the supreme leader, and the powerful paramilitary IRGC. Whereas Ghalib, on the other hand, is also a technocrat. And while he does have close ties to the RGC and Khamenei as well, but he's also seen as somebody who may come under attack from ultra-conservatives for not being as hardline as some of the others on this list. Still, in saying that, as we've been saying, there are those two candidates who are really starting to emerge as the frontrunners.
What role does the Supreme Leader play in this election?
Great question. The reality is that the Supreme Leader is the ultimate head of the Iranian state, and that is the unelected Supreme Leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. While the president is, of course, the second most powerful position, the ultimate power in Iran rests with the Supreme Leader. Now, the president can sometimes influence policy by drawing on a base of popular support, political affiliations, and links to powerful institutions. The country also still has to deal with some other bigger issues, and those are very real issues which we've seen play out on our TV screens over the last year, which is this strong anti-government movement following the death of a young woman in Iranian custody, which triggered mass protests. And although those protests have died down after a major crackdown by the states, the death of Mahsa Amini really has sort of turned a lot of people, a lot of Iranians off of the political system, which is sort of seen as something that will likely entrench the conservative wing of the country because their power base, at least in the short term, is seen as more secure, whereas others are not. But the bottom line is that it's the Supreme Leader who calls the shots.
And this election comes amid the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas. How could the election impact the war or vice versa?
Yeah, look, the vote comes at a time of heightened tensions between Iran and the West more generally, with Tehran mobilizing a regional network of proxy militias to target Israel in response to its military offensive in Gaza. So as well as Hamas, you also have, again, Hezbollah in Lebanon, the Houthis in Yemen, various militias in Iraq, and it should even be said the Syrian government led by President Bashar al-Assad. But the reality is that most analysts that we've been speaking to do not think whoever is elected president will change things, at least in the context of the war in Gaza and with Israel, in any meaningful way. Because again, from your earlier question, that is because the Supreme Leader is ultimately in charge. Now, very quickly, the one thing that could potentially change if a president that's elected is interested in doing this, that is potentially repairing ties with the West. That is something that presidents have often been given a bit of leeway to do, and that's something that is not being ruled out as impossible. Lindsay.
Stay tuned. Imtiaz Tyab, thank you.
Thank you.